I think the Stable Diffusion and the GPT of this world will be the infrastructure of the generative AI space. So they are the tools that needs to be used within platforms. So that's how we think. I can give you the raw tool, but you might not know how to use them. You might need to be a professional. So that's our idea, is to abstract this knowledge and give you the best results that you can as quickly as you can, because you might be in a hurry to create a video, or you just want to convey a very good message and you don't need to think so much about it.
Thanks for joining me, everybody. I've got something really interesting to show you today.
Want to create a killer video script but don't know where to start? Introducing Script Wizard, powered by GPT-3 technology. With Script Wizard, you can turn your ideas into stunning presenter-led videos in minutes. Script Wizard analyzes and improves your texts or creates new ones from scratch.
Script Wizard is a handy tool that makes script creation a breeze.
It's like having a team of Oscar-winning writers at your fingertips. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, Script Wizard is the ultimate writing assistant. Don't wait. Create your videos now.
All right, that was pretty interesting. And I bet a lot of you have never seen anything like that before. And we're going to show you some even newer things in just a minute. And to break it all down for me, I have Arnon Kahani from Hour One. Arnon, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much. Hi.
Okay, so let's start this off. Frame it up for everybody. What does Hour One do?
So R1 is on a mission to enable anyone from professionals to non-professionals to create presenter-led videos. So our focus again is on the presenter, of humanizing this video and conveying messages better and triggering an emotional response. So R1 has a platform called Reels, which enables, with relatively ease of use, to create videos with just inputting text, clicking on a few clicks, adding images, and getting a professional grade video. And we've been in the generative AI world for the past 2 to 3 years, a bit before Stability AI and OpenAI and Midjourney. And for us, it is a very exciting time of this technology, and this area is exponentially exploding now. And yeah, and we think that people should be able to generate content with ease and express their ideas. Yeah, that's been the Hour One mission so far.
All right. So you said a lot of things there. So we have this idea of these virtual humans or digital
Yeah.
people that you can enter text into your Reels studio, and then it'll generate these videos. And these virtual humans or
Yeah.
presenters will make it more human-like or more engaging very often.
Yes.
What are the key use cases?
So anything from explainer videos to internal communication to HR, let's say you want to welcome a new employee, to marketing or sales, anything that you can think about putting yourself in front there and putting yourself in the video and make it more interesting. I think any use case can fit there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll also say that VoiceBot has used this a few times to actually show news. And so that's one of the other like great
Yeah, of course.
use cases. So we just saw this video, showing some of the new generative AI capabilities. Tell us what we saw.
So we thought, and I think most of people think in video and movies in general, but even TV shows, the story is what drives the video. So the visuals are okay, but the narrative is what makes it more compelling and more interesting. And until now, until as I say 3 months ago, it was very hard to create very good narrative and very good stories. And for our one, we're always looking for technologies to help our users to create better stories and narratives. And what you saw in the video is us using GPT and large language models to enable this storytelling and bridge the gap from just an idea to a compelling story and compelling message. And that's what you saw there. So that's the ability we're bringing to our platform. And for us, it was a natural progression from text to audio, text to image, and now text to text, just enabling people to create more compelling content easier. Yeah.
Well, it seems like the arrival of ChatGPT onto the scene changed a lot of people's perspectives. People who had never really thought a lot about generative AI or even AI at all of a sudden have this firsthand experience with this bot based on a large language model. How has that changed your perspective in terms of how you go to market, how receptive people are? It's not like you're introducing a completely new idea to people at this point, I would guess.
Yes, I think even if you think about Grammarly, for the past 2 years has been augmenting your text. So it's not a new concept in terms of what it enables you, but ChatGPT just brought it to everyone. My mother, my grandmother knows about it, like everybody knows about it. And now it just becomes, okay, I want to generate something. I want to express my idea better. I want to use this tool. So for us, it's been, as I said, the natural progression, and it just opens the field that everyone knows generative AI now. Everyone wants to express their ideas. Now they have a lot of text, and now what to do with this text. So we said, as we think about video as a combination of the generative AI. So you have text, images, music, and everything, and you bring it all together to a video that now you consume, anywhere from TikTok to YouTube, Netflix, the movies, and another medium of transformation of information. Yeah.
I guess,
So
and as you
yeah,
said, the narrative, the story drives everything. And so now using this tool with Reels,
yeah,
they can hopefully create a better narrative because they have these
yeah.
tools. So I think you can show us how this works.
Yeah, so this is our platform, and what you're seeing here is actually a text prompt. Has always been here. That's the script, the scene, and this is just the text that comes with it. I would just want to write something. Let's say I want to announce our new feature, the script wizard, powered powered by GPT, powered by GPT. So it's a new feature in Reels, if presenter-led video creation platform. So this is might be interesting, but it doesn't convey my message. No, I want to go ahead and make it a bit more interesting, maybe longer, and express my idea. And I let the wizard do his job. He thinks a bit, and now I get a full script. So this is longer, and it really expressed the idea of the new feature. And I just want to make it first person because it fits my presenter-led video, because I want the presenter to speak by himself about this message. And in a few clicks, I get this personalized message in first person, and I want to make it a bit happier because I'm happy about this feature. And by that, just writing a very short text or narrative, and with 2 clicks or 3 clicks, I get a very compelling message and story, and I could just go ahead and create this video. So this was like a very short explanation how you can augment your text and actually either change the tone to anything that you want, professional, youthful, fun, or rephrase it entirely shorter, or make it longer, or as a first person. So again, we always think about ease of use, and this is one aspect of it. We want to limit your options so you can get the best results. And that's our product and feature. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so there's a couple things that are going on here.
Yeah.
So in that thumbnail, you can see there's the
Yeah.
presenter with a screen behind her, and when yeah, there you go. You're bringing it right up. So you can select different presenters, and then once you create the video, they actually speak this script.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, and everything is done with few clicks, with no editing needed, and no, you don't need to change the size of anything or fit anything. You just put everything in, and the video comes out professionally. And it's quick, as you saw, just a few clicks, and you get a very nice looking video and a message. Yeah, and
Okay, and
this is
so
just one aspect. Yeah.
this is a single scene video.
Yes.
Very often you have multiple scenes, so the presenter
Yeah.
can just be in the center, for example. There can
Yes.
be pans in and out for the presenter, so you can select those.
Yes.
And so when you have a second scene, you could then add more text. It could rewrite that for
Exactly.
you as well.
Exactly.
Okay,
And
so that's very interesting. The one other thing though is I think you and I talked about this where this is the augmentation feature. So you're
exactly.
using large language model GPT-3 to help rewrite something. You put the ideas down on the page. You do scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, some different ideas. It writes, it rewrites. You get something
Exactly.
you like, it generates the video and you're done. But you and I also talked about this fact that you can actually do creation as well.
Yeah, so the creation part of it is, again, another aspect of it, making it easier to use and helping people generate better content. So when you think about a story, so you have some kind of an intro, some kind of a body, and a message to convey, and a conclusion, depending on your message. Maybe you want to introduce something. So each video, each story has a different structure to it. and we want to help people create the structure. So you don't need to write to add more scenes and think how to structure your video. You can just generate or create a complete video. So you will be able to just enter one line of code, let's say one line of text, for example, uh, is LeBron better than Michael Jordan? Which is a conversational topic. And then you can press generate, and you'll get a complete video of 4 scenes or 5 scenes, depending on the length that you want, explaining this topic and bringing images, maybe from Stability AI, and the titles and the colors fitting that video, and you can get a complete video with just one click. And I think that's the power of GPT and what it brings you, is this uh, being able to generate everything at once and having this structure for you.
Okay, so most people have done this with
Yeah,
ChatGPT or one of the other tools where they'll just type in a single
yeah,
sentence and it'll give them some story, and that's a really powerful solution.
yes,
But I would have thought that when you implemented this, that it would create it as a single scene, and then you would need to segment it. It sounds like it'll actually figure out where the logical breakpoints are and create multiple scenes.
exactly. So what we thought about is, again, the idea of the script or the movie script being very different from an email that you write than a blog post that you write or any other form of communication that you use. A movie has a structure to it. It has some logic to it, some transition between those points. So we wanted to enable our users to do it easily without the need to being professional. Everyone, you can hire a professional, but if you have this tool, then and you know what to ask it for, then you'll get something amazing. And we thought about doing it as close-ended as possible to enable you to get the very best results. So you just put in your idea and you get the structure that you need. Let's say you need a new feature, or you want to pitch some sales pitch to someone via email using a video, you can using our platform.
So you said something else too. You said Stability AI or Stable Diffusion can make
Yes.
a image for you. I
Yes.
didn't know this was in here. I don't think you've announced this anywhere. Is
Yeah,
this a new feature?
so we silently announce it. It's within our platform. You can use a Stable Diffusion using your prompts, and the idea is that using this tool, the script wizard, will help you generate prompts fitting for that scene. Uh, Using Stable Diffusion is a bit hard. You need some specialty to use it, and we thought that using our knowledge and how we want to build a video, we will generate prompts that fits your need within that. So it's out there, it's within the media section, but it's going to be more brought up front as we better our prompt engineering and our prompt knowledge about how to create videos and images better with
Oh,
Stable Diffusion.
this is interesting. So yeah, I've used Stability AI. I've used different flavors of Stable Diffusion. There are a
Yes,
lot of knobs. There's some knowledge you need to have, some experience
yes,
in order to do that well. So you're abstracting that, and that basically
exactly,
you're looking at the scene, the text, you're automatically generating some content for them, which could show up in full screen. It could show up in that little presenter box. I think that's really interesting. So you're pulling together not just one element of generative AI, for example, the presenter's movement and emotion. You're adding onto it the script writing. You're adding onto it the image generation.
yeah. I think the Stable Diffusion and the GPT of this world will be the infrastructure of the generative AI space. So they are the tools that needs to be used within platforms. So that's how we think. I can give you the raw tool, but you might not know how to use them. You might need to be a professional. So that's our idea, is to abstract this knowledge and give you the best results that you can as quickly as you can, because you might be in a hurry to create a video, or you just want to convey a very good message and you don't need to think so much about it.
Well, this comes back to that point that you talked about the very up at the very top of our discussion.
Yeah.
You talk about this idea of people being able to express themselves better. And
Yes.
to date, if you want to express yourself, what would you do? You'd write a blog post, so it's text and people have to read it. Maybe you'd record something like a podcast. Maybe very few people would do that. A lot of people might create some diagrams or a PowerPoint presentation or something like this. And you're talking about this idea to using a video to actually be more powerful in the way you communicate.
Exactly. So I think when you said a diagram, so it's a funny thought, but when we have diagrams within the company, and I want to talk about this feature within the company. So everybody puts some video next to the diagram, because you can read the diagram, but it doesn't explain very much. So you might want some explaining next to it. In our Notion pages where we write our text, so we put some video in the top there because we want to express something around this text. So to summarize it and give some gist of it using video. And video, again, we're used to consume it. Like you watch everything. You watch shorts, you watch TikTok, you watch YouTube. You're a regular consumer of video. So I think it's clear to us that the video will be, I'll say, the tool to consume information quickly, and actually being able to use your own character. Like I use my own character within the company to convey message because it was shot very well, and they fixed my looks to look very good, and I use it every day to convey messages. And this tool, when we presented this tool internally, the GPT tool, the script wizard tool, I started seeing, just people, the salespeople starting to use it to create videos. The marketing people started to use it. Even my engineering team started to use it to write features that they did. And it's just a tool that spreads within the company. And it's amazing to see that once you, especially for non-native speakers, when
Right.
you bridge that gap of the language and expressing ideas, they it's obvious for them why they need to use it to express their ideas. So I think video in general will be the method of conveying ideas, especially when we will have the abundance of text now with GPT. Like we will have so much text, we don't know what to do with it. Yeah,
That's absolutely true. Well, this is really interesting because a lot of people talk about democratization of AI. You're actually
yeah,
talking about the democratization of effectively communicating your ideas. And I think
yeah.
that's even a higher order concept than we normally hear from people.
Yeah, I think I'll think about it like how AWS and cloud changed the infrastructure world in computer. Like they brought everyone can now create an app and put it in AWS, and it democratized how people create and build businesses. So I think it's the same idea with the GPT and the Stable Diffusion companies of this world. They will enable people to express themselves better. That's
That's right.
I'd say the revolution of content, or the revolution of democratizing content creation, and it will become the let's say the bar of good content will now be raised. So I think that's what's going to happen in the next few years.
And what I've told people for many years is that text generation, very interesting. Image generation, very interesting. Virtual human and video generation, very interesting. When you put them all together, even more powerful.
Yeah, and I think it will become more personal. So your text model will become your text model, not just everyone's text model. And the
Right.
same with the images, it will become even more powerful. So it will be a very personalized way of communicating very effectively. So that's, I think, where this industry is going to.
Arnon Kahani from Hour
Yes,
One telling us about Script Wizard. Thanks so much for joining me today.
you too. Thank you very much.